Okay, thank you for telling me. Just in time, someone else is logging in. I think that's um oh my goodness. The lady likes to talk genealogy and talk about the family.
Oh yeah, who's that?
Is that a Reed?
I'm trying to think, I can't think of her name right off there.
You ain't talking about Muhammad.
Reed, right?
Yeah, Reed.
Yeah.
Good evening. How's everybody?
Hey.
Yeah. Hello there.
Hi there.
I'm glad to see everyone.
Good to
Okay.
see you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Downstairs. Downstairs.
Yeah, good evening to everybody. I want to say, I'm pitch hitting for our Madam Chairwoman tonight because this will be her forum or someone she assigns to it going forward. So I will no longer be responsible for holding cousins calls, as of the election that we had during our business meeting. So I'm just kind of pitch hitting tonight, and I really don't have a whole lot to say. I'm gonna say a few things, the stuff that we really need to talk about every time we meet, and then I want to talk about whatever you all want to talk about. As long as it's not politics, I don't think it's wise to start talking politics, because if we do, Bubba will lose his religion. So
we don't want him to do that.
We're not going to talk about politics or not on here. I don't think that's advisable, especially in light of what happened 2 days ago. But welcome everybody. I I want to say that I've been trying to keep track of. I don't know of any family illnesses other than our cousin Gloria Woodson Bassett continues to struggle with her health. I haven't talked to her now in about 6 weeks. She called me one night about 6 weeks ago and we talked. I think I mentioned it to you before. But other than that, I can't think of anyone else that has been sick since the last time we talked. And luckily I'm not aware of any family deaths since the last time we talked also. So that's a good thing. As for birthdays, I no longer keep track of that, so I can't tell you who's got birthdays this month. But if you all can think of someone, just want to say happy birthday to them.
I do.
Huh?
I do. I have a birthday this month.
Oh, well, there you go.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. You'll be 52.
39, man. Come on. 52, that's low.
Yeah, 39.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like I said, I don't keep track of that anymore. So I don't know exactly who has birthdays coming up or whatever. But for those folks who do, a happy birthday this month, and I hope it's a good one. My I want to say I think my great grandmother's birthday was in September, I believe. Yeah, I think a great grandmother, I guess it was. Yeah, had to be my great grandmother. So yeah, I think it was. I mean, that was so long ago. I can't keep track of my birthday half the time. So having said that, I just want to remind you that even though we've had the family reunion, and that we still have an obligation as family members to make donations. And I gotta, and this is a reminder to everybody on the call, but I'd like to ask you to please talk to your sisters and brothers and all the family members that you come across. please ask them to support us financially. We just we're getting worse. Let's put it that way. I don't know what the plans are for try to get more people to send in money to help us before the next reunion. I just don't know. That'll be coming from the executive committee, I assume, and a Madam Chairwoman. So please remember to do that. As I said, my daughter is in Roanoke visiting her mother this weekend, so she's unavailable. And but remember, she's heading up the 2026 Cousins Cruise. So kind of keep that in the back of your mind. That's still on the agenda. So, and the time is getting shorter and shorter and shorter. So I just want to keep throwing it out there. And if she was on the call here, she would tell you what's the latest and et cetera, et cetera. But also, always remember, if you have a question about the cruise, just contact her. And if she can't help you, she'll direct you to the cruise director or whoever the person that she stays in contact with. And the next item for 2026 is that our DC chapter, I guess that's what we call ourselves. Yes, we are still in business. We will have a cookout in Richmond on August 1st, 2026. So I'm gonna keep mentioning, keep reminding everybody. We haven't had a function in Richmond since I want to say 2017 or 2008, probably 2017 or 2018. And I think it's time to go back to Richmond because the participation from Richmond, our Richmond family members, is pretty bad. It's bad. That's the only way I can put it. And we just need more. I figure if we go there next summer, which we will do, we will hopefully attract some of the family members to that cookout. It's going to be in the suburbs of Richmond's, I guess you call that, it's going to be in Henrico County, Western Henrico County, off of Interstate 64. So it'll be easy to get to, and but I'm gonna keep you apprised of that, and we'll send out a save the date notice probably toward the end of the year. As I go along, please remember to if you have a question or something, just raise your hand and just get my attention. Let's see here. I'm on my iPad. I wish I was on my laptop. Could show you some things from the that I've added this week on the website. Linda Winters Harris sent me a bunch of pictures that her mother had, and they were from the 1999 family reunion in Washington, D.C., actually Bethesda, Maryland. So, and they were really it brought back so many memories. And I just wish I had my, let's see what time, I got to keep a track of the time too. Tell you what, why don't you all go ahead and talk for a minute? I'll see if I can fire up my laptop. Maybe I can show you some stuff.
Hey, Gregory.
Yes, sir.
Are you coming down to Norfolk State's games here for homecoming?
I will be there.
Is that right?
I will be there. I will be there for the whole weekend. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I will be there.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yeah, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
And when is that? I know you know the dates.
Oh, gee. I think it's the.
Okay, I'm just making a note of this.
Okay, let me tell you exactly. I can guesstimate.
I know, probably talking to my niece
Okay, it's I'll be down there the 24th, 25th, and 26th of October. Because the game is the 25th.
Okay. Okay. Making a note of it.
Okay.
Okay, while Jimmy is taking a break, if you haven't seen this on Facebook, let me spread the good news. I had my second nephew, Wilbur Meekins Jr., to finish warrant officer school down in Alabama.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yes, I mean you can't beat that. I'm just so excited. That's the second in our family to be warrant officer.
Yeah, good.
And
Good.
and that was amazing. I didn't make it down, of course. So it was all over Facebook. He has several kids, young Meekins. I'm talking like 5 young ones.
This is Walisha's brother.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, son. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pass that on. And everything. And we are all excited about that. And all of his kids have names that start with an A.
A?
Yeah. Starting with a mirror right on down to his, let's say there's 4 girls and the baby is a boy, finally a baby boy. But we're excited about that. Matter of fact, on Facebook, they had some beautiful pictures. Also, what I noticed on Facebook today that Detrell had some more pictures out about the committee, the officers, that were, from the reunion, and also of her, and that was great to see that. And besides that, Facebook is pretty busy with a whole lot of Meekins, and I'm hopeful. Matter of fact, I'm praying that some of these other Meekins will find in their heart to join us, because a lot of them are doing well. We have them in have very talented Meekins. We got them in sports. We got them in military. We got them doing a little bit of everything, and quite a few of them are in college. Besides those 6 that got scholarships, we have several others out there. Am I seeing, is that Journey?
Yes.
I was about to say, that looks like my daughter's out there.
Oh,
And that
first one here.
daughter.
Daughters.
I'm getting ready to say,
Daughters.
You wave.
got a family thing here. Thank you, all family.
Yeah.
With joy.
And Edward is there too.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yes. Great to see you. Yeah, I planned to give Edward a call. I'm glad you called him Edward, because I was going to say, who is that?
Practicing. I ain't doing that for real.
You can use all 3 names if you want. That's fine. Just make sure I'm not in trouble when you say it.
And that's kind of reminded me of people in church that call me Uncle Bubba James. Cover everything. And by the way, I had a surprising call today from one of my best friends, a guy from base, when I was stationed in Homestead way back in about 67, 68. And he lives out in Illinois. This guy he just stays in touch at least 2 or 3 times a year. And it just blew my mind that I heard from him today. Because as y'all know, as we get older, our circle of friends
It's smaller.
getting smaller and smaller. Pass that on. And if you're thinking about somebody, just call them. Okay?
Yeah.
Because in these important times and all, all of us stay busy, even those of us who are retired. We can only spell the word.
Yeah.
We stay as busy as everybody else. And of course, taking care of that health. Got to do it. I was going to ask about these the seed money.
Mm-hmm.
I'll find out from you, Detrell or whatever. Am I paid up for this year? You know, I know it's closing on the end of the year, but I
Yeah,
think
no, you're asking the right person. Since I'm still the treasurer, I'll keep track of that.
yeah, because
I'm pretty sure you are, but I'll let you know.
okay, because all right.
Does anybody else want to call, want me to do the same thing for them?
What is the actual standard for the annual amount that's expected?
Well, for seed money, we ask $15 annually, minimum $15 annually. For seed money, that's seed money. For scholarship fund, we ask only $10 minimum annually. So you can see we're not talking about a lot of money.
So $25 a year?
Yep, total. That's the minimum we ask for.
Mm-hmm.
And this is also tax deductible.
Yes.
And how many members do we have roughly?
We contact a little under 500.
Okay.
So you see, when I say less than 1% of the people actually give, that's pathetic. And that's why we struggle so much. So anyway, that's what that is.
Okay.
And if you notice, anytime you receive an email from me, you will see in my signature section of the message that information that I just gave you and how to pay. And we accept everything except food stamps.
Yeah.
But yeah, Zelle, Cash App, PayPal. A few people still use PayPal, which is fine. I don't care how whatever. A check doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. As long as whatever's most convenient to you.
I see it on your signature now. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. And this information is on the website also. And by the way, I noticed that the website usage was up quite a bit last month. I forget the numbers, but it shocked me. I don't know why it went up so much last month. I think maybe we did publish a lot of pictures of Greg's pictures and other folks' pictures. Maybe that has something to do with from the reunion. Maybe that has something to do with it. But I was because the WIC people, WIX people sent me a message saying the number of people visited that was up quite a bit. So I want to thank you guys for doing that.
Yo, Jimmy, could you make sure that you give me the exact website? I hate to say I go on Google and pick up the reunion thing of this past year and all, but I need to make sure I got the
again, if you receive an email from me,
yeah,
it's in the signature section that Ed would just looking at.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Check you.
Okay. All right. I'm having issues here. I don't want to cut off one conversation and by activating this laptop. So I'm not going to screw around and mess up stuff and cut everybody off. I do want to, while I got my my laptop open, I do have Bubba was mentioned the Trails messages. I kind of alluded to it earlier. She did put a message out yesterday stating that we need help in help and support of the Knicks fan reunion. And if you have ideas as to where the Knicks reunion you might want to see us go to, place we'd like to have it, to please let us know. And she says here, now's the time for us to begin planning for 2027. Reunion location, we want to hear from you. Quick survey would suggest a location that we'd love for. And we're supposed to be a survey that's supposed to have gone out I have not seen it. I don't know that that's been done yet, but that should have been. Well, anyway, if it hasn't gone out, which I don't think it is, it will go out. Asking you if volunteer some locations where you think would be good, rather than. Well, I'll leave it at that.
Jimmy,
Yes.
let me throw this out there. She has something like the survey is do the survey up till September the 30th. And there's a link that she had just below it that you can go on to get that survey.
Oh, on her message, you mean? Or
Yeah.
okay, let me click on the message. I'm gonna have to find that because I can put it on our website.
Mm-hmm.
I'll find that tonight, tomorrow.
Okay, because I believe it's on Facebook as well.
Okay. Yeah, I will do that because I know they were talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, anyway, that's the message that she put out yesterday on Facebook about our the things we like to hear. Was in other words, information she would like for you all to supply to us. Now, yeah, we heard places like Philadelphia, Las Vegas, Atlanta, Louisville, not Louisville, New Orleans, and maybe one Virginia Beach. I think.
Hampton, because that's where old Fort Comfort, now Fort Monroe is, which is where the first recorded Beacon's arrival was in 16 something. And again, right in the middle of Virginia Beach, Williamsburg. So a lot of family friendly things to do as well. So that's why we pitched that one as well.
That's interesting because we have been to Hampton.
Mm-hmm.
That's very interesting.
You also have Hampton University there, so HBCU, Norfolk State University, Virginia State, Corliss and Ebony, myself, Alicia, Makisha, we probably all help with that too. But no, seriously, you're right there by, timeshare locations between Virginia Beach and Williamsburg. Plus, like I said, the historical landing area, you could actually go over to Old Fort Comfort, now Fort Monroe, and they actually have a African-American exhibit over there about slaves land stuff. Nice. Yeah. So Daddy and I went to go. Did you come with me to go look there that time? Or did I go?
Are you talking about the tour that we went on?
Yeah.
Yeah, because first of all, the tours are free. And the tours have about 20 people at a time.
Yeah, you're talking about the Robert E. Lee what is it, prison one, that's where he was kept last in prison. Yeah. They were telling it, let me tell you. But yes, that there's actually Africans arriving in the area, but there is so much history there in Virginia, but particularly that area being where Old Fort Comfort is right there. And then, like I said, Virginia Beach, you've got, it's a tourist location for a reason. And Pharrell Williams put all that money into it to try it, because him being from the area, trying to give it more entertainment district as well. So I was saying Hampton because of Old Fort Comfort, and also because it's going to be cheaper than Virginia Beach hotels.
Oh yeah.
But within shorter driving distance, and then you right there with Water Country USA and Busch Gardens and that such things too. Not for much farther toward the Williamsburg area if people still wanted to go that direction. So you right in the middle of all those opportunities at cheaper hotels. So that was my thought.
I want to offer a personal thought. This has been on my mind for 15 years at least. My late nephew, Brian, I tried my best to urge him when he was chairperson of the Richmond chapter to get our Meekins in Chickahominy, Williamsburg more involved. And I am so thrilled now that you guys are involved. This is a dream come true. I I'm very serious about that because I tried and tried and tried, but his health just did not allow him to do that. So now this dream has come true that you guys are involved, and I'm just
So
thrilled.
that's just because Uncle Bubba James right there getting all
Yeah,
Brother Jay.
family involved.
yeah. I look back at the pictures from the '90s, and he's right there with his Cavalier shirt on. Yep. Yeah, so that's just a personal comment of myself, from myself that I just wanted to share with you all just how thrilled I am about you guys being involved. And of course, I was born in Newport News, so
Oh,
Oh,
likewise.
look at that.
yeah.
Me too.
I want to say was it Whitaker Hospital? I think it was.
Oh, there was a Whitaker.
Yeah, that's where I was born.
All right.
I lived on 38, 1128. It was on 48, 1138, 48th Street, Newsom
That's
Park.
up there for Newsom Park.
Newsom Park.
Yeah. And
That's where I live. That's my
there in
first.
the 70s. I worked there in the 70s from the waterfront all the way up to Newsom Park. I worked for the city during those in the 70s.
My grandfather worked for the shipyard. That's why we lived there.
Oh, okay.
And my second home was Lenexa. So since then, I've gone everywhere, it seems like. So yeah, I always feel like I'm home and so forth and so on. I read an obituary the other day of a lady who passed away then in you guys' area, and it says she used to work at the Exxon in Anderson Corner. And I thought to myself, my goodness, that brings back some memories. Boy, I tell you, it's just, anyway, I'm getting off track a little bit here. I'm sorry about that.
Because the tiger is still there on that corner.
Well, I'll be doggone.
Yes.
And every time I come down 60 and make that right turn, memories. Yeah, so anyway, I'm sorry I got off track a little bit, but I just want to add some commentary. Because I'm not going to be doing this very often, so I better take advantage of the night. So next month, my daughter and myself will be doing this next month. I just thought about that. Hosting next month's Cousins Call because Madam Chairwoman will be, I think it's her birthday. Anyway, she won't be available. She's already asked us to take care of that. So anyway, so you'll see my mug again next month. Mostly my daughter, if I can help it, because I'm emeritus now. To me, when you're emeritus, that means you one step in the grave and one other foot on a banana peeling. So
Just means you're supposed to sit around kissing babies and wishing people well and giving back
and shaking hands.
Yeah. So okay, but anyway, I'm just looking at my checklist here, see if there's anything else I want to talk about. I think that's all I had, except like I said, please try to find some time to look at the website. Again, there's so much information there. And now that I have more time, I'm going to try to spend more time. I will spend more time working on the website now and updating it. But the best part is the pictures, the thousands and thousands of pictures on there, which probably 70% of the pictures were supplied by Gregory James Chin. So that's important. That's important. So please take a look at that when you get a chance. And if you have suggestions on what to add, subtract from the website, just let me know, and I'll go with that. Because I still have responsibility for the website. I've been asked to continue to do that, so I'm glad to take care of that. Any other items anybody would like to talk about? Boy, this is a quiet group tonight. Very, very quiet.
I just, excuse me. I just wanted to say thank you for keeping the meeting cadence. I know I'm not able to join every family call, but it's nice to see familiar faces. Miss you guys.
Mhm.
We miss you too.
It's good to see you when you're on.
Mhm.
Thank you.
He looks like he's getting more and more handsome. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the hair. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, you better blame my dad for that.
Being handsome.
Yeah, I borrowed his haircut, so.
Oh, I got you. I got you. I knew something was different. But I knew, y'all beginning to look like twins.
Mhm.
Just 50 years apart in age, that's all.
Mhm.
I think I'm officially half his age. So when I was born, he was 39, and I'm 39 now. So
Wow.
yeah.
Wow, how about that?
And even thought about that.
Wow.
I tell you what, I have 6 kids I raised, and most of them are like 2 years apart.
Yep.
You know, my sons, my daughters, and all of that. So there's some,
That was good planning, huh?
yeah, and some were accidents.
I was gonna say that. I was not gonna say that.
Yeah.
But see, you're truthful because I've always said there's a lot of oopses walking around here. And oops.
Oops is right. My daughter's a oops. Man, I was 42. And I'm like, what? Nah, ain't no way.
Oh, and also I want to thank Jimmy and his family again for coming to our get together up at Upper County Park.
I wish I could have made it. Well, I wanted to come so bad.
Yeah, but look, don't worry. I think it might turn out to be an annual thing.
Oh, that's good.
You know,
If you have it next year, I'm
Mhm.
going to definitely try to make sure I get there. The
Well-
timing just didn't work out for me, you know.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Let's see. My oldest son, James the Third, he even showed up and did some break dancing.
Oh, wow.
And everything. Yeah, he's sort of he's about a pro, right, Jamal?
Yeah, he still competes.
Yeah.
I saw him in May at a competition in Virginia Beach,
Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
Mother's Day. So yeah, he's still active. I used to be in the same group as him in high school, and we traveled to different colleges and competed in Maryland, Virginia Beach, Virginia. I don't do it anymore. I have issues with my back, so I had to retire. But James still going, and he's the older brother, so that says a lot.
Yeah, yeah, that's correct. What is he? 41 years old and still doing this.
2 years difference.
Yeah, I see what you're talking. I just looked at the Trails message that came out 3 hours ago that has the survey information on that. So yeah, I will add that to our website
Is it?
later on tonight or either tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Hey, what message is that?
It's on our Facebook page. I'm looking at the Coles, Lemons, Meekins, just the main one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I will add that to our website tonight or tomorrow. I'll do it tonight once I get home. Once I get home. So
Oh yeah. Okay.
Your daughters are very quiet tonight, Bubba.
Because I earned every penny of my paycheck as a middle school teacher today. Actually, this week. Yeah, that's why.
Oh wow! Why? Look, you got your hands full of teachers.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh.
That's
It's it's a full moon this week. Y'all seen that gigantic moon this week?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, it's glowing.
Funny and full moon.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, there's a lot of truth in that moon.
Yes, lunatics for a reason. Yes.
I'm telling you.
People's brains.
Especially that, what is it, that middle school group?
All of
them. Just one word, all of them.
All of them. All of them.
Okay, I like that. All
All of them.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I mentioned this before. At least I think I might have. That on our website, I have a salute to educators.
Oh.
I didn't know. Yeah, you're there. There you are, right there.
Mhm.
Beautiful, kind of a yellow gold dress with dots in it.
Oh, okay.
Aw.
I wish I wish I could. I'm gonna try to log in. What time is it? 8. Ooh, Lord, it's 8:44. I can't log in. Because for those of you who weren't on the call from the beginning, my granddaughter's at church Bible study, and I gotta hold on a second. Hold on one second. I'm gonna do something here. I'm going to make Makisha co-host. Okay. Y'all go ahead and talk. I just got to maneuver a little bit, but I made her co-host. I don't want to. I'm gonna leave the meeting over here and turn off the laptop. Y'all go ahead and talk.
Okay, I'm glad to see my daughters together there. I was wondering if Journey had made it back to Maryland.
Yeah. When you get a chance, ask her, please look at the website and look under the tab on educators. She'll see all the educators that I'm aware of in our family.
Right.
Yeah. No, Mama had upholstered a piece of furniture for me, so I just came to pick it up. So
No, her
I'm
name
gonna
is
head back
Journey,
tomorrow.
and she stays in the wind because her name is Journey.
Wow, you hear her?
I told you that.
I'll hook you up with some curtains and some furniture she upholstered, so I had come pick it up. But I'm going back in the morning. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Y'all keep talking. I'm just getting myself together.
Greg, what'd you do fun this week?
Huh?
Other than sweeping the floor, what'd you do fun this week?
Nothing really.
Yeah.
Really chilled all week, to be honest. I just went to work, came
Yes.
home,
I mean,
and walked the dog as usual.
Yeah.
That's about all I did. I ain't really did. Oh, well, I did make pizza.
Well,
So,
it's been definitely gorgeous weather out here. I'm loving the change in the weather. You don't even have to use the air conditioning sometimes.
yeah, I did fire up my pizza oven outside and made some pizza.
Oh, go ahead. Oh, you're fancy.
I don't know about fancy, but it's something I've always wanted was a outdoor pizza oven.
Yeah.
I managed to buy myself one, and I figured out that I'm not really a dough master.
Oh, okay.
So what I do is I have this guy that works at this pizza place at the mall where I work. And I said, look, I need you to sell me your dough, but I want you to stretch it out for me because that's where my problem is. And he said, oh, yeah, I can do that. So I get my dough from him and he stretches it for me. And he puts it in a pizza box and I bring it home and use it.
Wow, that's a great idea.
So, because I can't do it. Every time I try to stretch it out, it either pulls back at me or I rip it up because I just don't know how to really do it, you know?
Yeah.
It's a little bit of an art to that.
Well, homemade pizza must be in the air because Jamal and Chloe made pizza together, his daughter, last week.
Okay.
Down from the sauce made from fresh tomatoes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I make my own sauce.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't buy any sauce out the store. I make my own.
It tastes better that way. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I read this book about it's called The Elements of Pizza.
Okay.
And it has in there different sauces you can make, different dough. He says your dough, he has recipes. You can make dough to use now. You can make dough to use tomorrow. You can make dough to use in 2 days, 3 days, or 4 days.
Oh man.
All these different recipes for dough. So,
I imagine savory or sweet, put your cooked apples on there with some cinnamon and caramel and bake it together. You don't have to do just the pizza with it, you got fancy dough.
I'm just getting mine from the guy down at the pizza shop. I tried making his dough. Like I said, I can make it all the way to the ball, right? That's it for me. After I try to stretch it out, I just don't have it yet.
Oh,
So I keep trying. I've thrown away more dough because it just didn't work. But anyway, that's the break. So this guy is helping me out. So I use him. He's easy. Just have to use it though the same day I buy it, you know.
mhm.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
So for our cousin, young lady there, with the scarf on her hair, what is your name on your picture mean? Is that is like your name shortened? This is Ami Zani?
No, that says A.M. Mizani.
Okay.
Yeah, my name is Arib.
Yes.
Arib. A.M. Mizani, I had a business years ago, and that was the name that I had used.
What was your business?
Well, it was a cleaning business that
Okay.
I took after my father in that sense. He had a cleaning business. I didn't expand it because I didn't want to be able, that's something I did, at one point I didn't want to do in my senior years. It was something that I did to give myself a raise
Mm-hmm.
in salary when I was working at a bank. During the time that I worked at a bank, uh, that was a strange period.
Mm.
And it really was because although I'm a quiet person, I'm more global as far as meeting people around the world.
Okay.
And and that comes from the influence of growing up in my parents' home and my grandmother and the family members that was up in the New York area. Um, but when I worked at the bank, unfortunately, those people they didn't have a global aspect.
Mm.
Very, I called it that they lived in a white picket fence.
Okay.
And so even to the manager, in fact, one of the one of the women who worked there who would teach and train new employees, she asked me what would make me choose that particular branch to work in, and I just simply told her it was convenient to be there after when I dropped my children off to the babysitter.
Mm.
And so I stayed at, I would work at that branch, but it was such that was it wasn't what kept it from being a challenge for me was that I enjoyed learning.
Mm.
I was having so much fun learning that, yeah, that it was like almost being in paradise.
That's awesome.
Although their small, narrow, you know, perspectives,
Mm.
uh, they didn't even realize who they had amongst them.
Mm-hmm.
It shocked them when the head of the Federal Reserve in New York, when he was moving from New York to the DC office, he looked up my where I was working. He came in to see me just to let me know that he was moving down to DC.
Oh.
And it would shock them every time the constituents of the two branches that I worked in, the millionaire accounts
Mhm.
owners of the corporations would come in to sing my praises because I used to handle their accounts. And they couldn't, they would always be shocked when they would get the responses from the depositors.
Mhm.
Because the depositors, I was a good worker, and the depositors appreciated that. And I handled a lot of their global accounts, handled much of the corporate accounts, and
You need to let the person
the finances. And I can recall one period when Fed came into, Fed will always go into the branches, into the banks to do an exam to make sure that everybody's doing according to the laws. They'll make a surprise audit.
Mhm.
And I'll never forget when my manager came running to me to ask me, do we have everything in order? That's when I was handling the commercial loans department. And I said, yeah. And he asked me like 3 times, and I says, everything is in order. And when he realized I'm telling him yes, 20 years came off his face. And when we got an A+ in the audit, my manager came back to me and said, I'm giving you a raise starting with this Friday, $100 raise a week more than what you're making, to show his thanks and appreciation, even though for the few years prior, he was living in the picket fence, you know. But had I not been the type of worker that I was, we probably would have been fined, because a lot of things was not in order. But when I took the position, as I told the manager, I came here to do an honest day's work for honest day's pay. And I'm going to do my job, and I'm going to do it right. And I did. But the best thing about working in the bank was that I enjoyed all of the learning experiences. It was like the learning, you learned so much. It was like almost like being in heaven. That's how much I enjoyed the learning. And it wiped out all the small-mindedness that was surrounding me. So I never had a negative thought or feeling when I considered, working in the bank. I always had a good feeling because it was always learning. Every day there was something new to learn. And when you're learning, you're alive. You know, you live that day. You're really alive. And whenever I think about the many different jobs that I did in the years that I worked, working in the bank came as number one.
Wow.
The enjoyment, and how much I learned, and the interaction with the people.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I've had some wonderful interaction with the customers in the bank, corporate heads, as well as all the other customers, depositors, and what have you, and many, many, many experiences. Ah, my gosh, it can go on and on and on and on, and it was fabulous.
Mm-hmm.
It was absolutely fabulous. You know, I wouldn't have traded that if I had to do it over again. No problem. That's how much I enjoyed it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Because everybody can't say they enjoy working at a place. That was, in fact, almost every job I had, I enjoyed. Almost every job I ever worked in, I enjoyed it immensely.
That's the thing. A lot of people, like you said, don't get to say that.
No, but it was the interaction with the employees and the employers, and doing your job and doing it well. You know, and I enjoyed it, and everything was a learning experience. You know.
Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing that, Arif.
Oh yes.
I see we had someone else join, Moto Stylist 2025. We have another person on the call now. They got their face on mute though.
Hey everybody, it's me. It's Melanie. I'm sorry, I'm just getting home from dance class.
Oh,
And Michaela logged me in while we were driving, and I told her she didn't change my name.
okay. Named it after the device.
Yeah.
That's all right. Welcome. We're glad you stopped in anytime. Uncle Bubba James, Daddy, what is your very first memory?
Of what?
Anything in life. Your very earliest memory. What is that?
My earliest memory has been in what you call it, a bouncing like carriage or whatever with my sister.
Oh,
They used to think that we were twins or something.
which sister?
Dolores.
Ah, that's awesome.
And my hair was like in little plait.
Oh,
wow.
And some of our friends or cousins wanted to adopt me.
oh.
Pearl Taylor, Paul Taylor's mother.
Mm-hmm.
You know, our cousin, of course, was his dad, Tunis Taylor. Well, she did everything that to try to get me away from my mom and dad at that time. But that was my earliest remembrance of anything. I don't, but I can remember a lot more about the landscape and the roads, the houses, where everything was when places burned, you know, due to accidents and whatever. You know, coming from humble beginnings, you pick up on everything, just like Arif was saying. But it wasn't bad. That was all that we knew. Is we didn't think about the word survival, but that's what it was. I mean, in the country, like even Jimmy said, part of his days were in the country, where things were plentiful. I mean, fruit trees and stuff. Fishing was good. Hunting was real good. Trapping even. Virginia was known for agriculture and seafood business, and they couldn't have done it without our culture. Believe we were out in fields and filling up baskets with things to be transported out, whatever, getting our little quarter per, you know, per basket, whatever. Jimmy can tell you.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
And I probably talked to him or saw him, and didn't even realize he was related. Because I can remember when the highways were built, like Interstate 64. Areas were called one roadway was called 143. Okay, well, it wasn't 143; it was 168.
168. I remember that.
That's right. And the only road I remember primarily was 60. It was like we was bottled Toana. Well, back then we called it Twana. there's a W in it, but it wasn't. That's the Indian name, I believe.
Yeah.
But in Chickahominy, everybody knew everybody, and the African proverbs takes a village to raise a child. I mean, if you did something wrong, look, you would get it there, you would get it at home. I mean, everything. I mean, it was a close-knit community. I mean, and things just work for us. And I often think days of segregation, we didn't think that there would ever be integration. So I went to all black school all my life and graduated to one of the last black schools in Williamsburg. The actually the only school that they had for us in James City County and Williamsburg. But I'll let somebody else speak now because I have a long story. It could go.
Write a book, then.
Yeah, it can go on forever.
Audio book. Just try to document everything because some of what you said is the first time I've heard it.
Well, it's a recorded session, so you can always go back on YouTube and watch this again and listen if you want.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
talking
somebody
about
was supposed to do that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It still ain't too late. Because we're
yeah, Greg, I heard you.
Yeah, well, I was going to do him in Mount Laurel, but he was kind of sidetracked, so I didn't get to it.
All got intention.
Well,
I didn't want to interrupt his sidetrack.
well, cousin Greg, I want you to know that I've been invited to parts of Philadelphia to meet all of this splendid group of people that I've never met.
Okay.
And I guess I'm gonna have to make a weekend run, just like you come down this way to Virginia for a weekend. Well,
yeah,
I'm gonna have the same go back up to Philly area.
Yeah, well, when you come up here, you let me know.
Okay.
I will make it my point to see you.
Okay. I mean,
Greg, you didn't sound very excited about Philadelphia being an option for a family reunion. Why is that?
It's expensive. That's why.
That was why. Okay.
That's the only reason. It's very, very expensive over in Philly.
Yeah.
You know, you can't. Hotels are expensive. There's no parking. You got to pay for parking in a garage. You know, so it's just it's not really conducive. You know, for a lot of people.
Okay.
But that's the only reason. Not that if it was inexpensive, that's a great place to hold a reunion. I mean, because there's a lot of continental history there, you know. But there's definitely a lot there, you know.
And by the way, Greg, I want to thank you and that group that put together that last reunion, man. I mean, it will stick in our mind forever. The kids had something to do with at the play park right by the place. The hospitality was awesome. Look, it worked out fine.
We don't need no thanks. We were just glad that we were able to do what we did, you know, and find the spot. So anything that we could do for the family wasn't asking or Linda, you know.
And wedding church, all of that was just on point. You know what I'm saying? The banquet was it was like Hollywood showing up.
It was a great space, really.
Yeah, that place was pretty nice. It has come a long way. It used to didn't be so nice. It was just a hall. But they really spruced it up. In fact, it used to just be called the Nola Fire Home. Now they call it the venue at the Nola, which a little bit more upscale, I guess.
Yeah.
It worked out great. It really did.
Yeah. But now Philly would be great if it was inexpensive. I mean, not that I wouldn't want it, because I probably gave you the impression that no, we ain't doing that. But no, it's just because of the expense.
Okay, that's understandable. Well, then that's one of the reasons I was also offer in Hampton because a lot of us wouldn't have to get the hotel.
Yeah.
We're planning on people that are already in the area, and then you would get
Yeah.
space
Yeah.
hopefully from the Chickahominy Meekins people. But Greg, to get to know you a little better, who has been the most impactful or memorable person that you've come across in life?
Oh my God.
Where did these questions
Oh
come?
my
These are
I
all
mean,
on the dome.
I've got to say, there's probably been like two people that really have made an impact in my life. And one of them was definitely my mother. The other one was actually Merle Fortune. He always took me right under his wing, and made sure I kind of halfway did the right thing,
Yeah.
I come from college over the summer. He says, I would go and sit on my front porch, chill. He said, I got a job for you, buddy. He would take me to work on a moving van. And I'm like,
Wow. Did he
yeah.
pay you though?
Yeah. And then when I finished and came home, I was doing the same thing, sitting on the porch. He said, oh, yeah, you're not going to sit around. Job for you. And he took me out to where he was the supervisor on this job and got me a job. Said, you start tomorrow.
So he instilled a work
He
ethic
just
in
said,
you.
you start tomorrow. It wasn't like, no, I don't want this job. It was like, you're working here starting tomorrow. And he went in the office because Merle was the big man in that plant. I mean, he was like the supervisor of supervisors. And they didn't take no mess. He didn't take no mess. I started out working on his shift. Man, I had to get off of there. I had to go to another shift. I couldn't work for him, But the one thing that's so memorable, he got everybody in this area that was family job. We had the whole family working out there. Everybody. And the other guys on the job would say, don't mess with them. That was Merle's cousin. You can't mess with them because Merle will hit you. So we had fun, and Merle just got everybody a job. Everybody was working. It
So
was
he the man.
Yeah, he was the man out there. I'm telling you. Fred, Ellen, all of us worked out there. Doug, we all worked out there. Charlotta, we all had jobs. He didn't care. He said, y'all not sitting around, y'all working. Come on out here. Get out here.
Forced the work ethic on you. That's awesome.
Yeah. He also taught me how to fight.
Oh.
So I didn't get beat up by the bullies.
Oh.
So he used to give me some lessons on boxing, So he said, here, this is what you got to do. And then it came in handy. So he was a big influence for me, really big.
Well, tell me about your mama, because that was the first name you said.
Huh?
Tell me about your mama, because that's the first name you said, and we went to her church. So tell us about.
Oh, boy, my mom. Yeah,
Where did
she
you
was
start?
a real big influence. She always kept me on the straight and narrow. Or, even when I would go out and room with these women and it went wrong, she said, you can always come home.
Oh.
So I would always end up coming back home. She always kept the room for me. But she took pretty good care of me. I can't say that she did do anything wrong, but of course I wasn't such a great kid. I did a lot of bad things in my day. Through all, she was there. She never, said, "Nah, can't do anything for you." She always made a way to do something if I needed it. So and that was big for me because I could go out and get in a lot of trouble. Period. But that's about the nutshell there for me.
When did you realize you love photography and why?
Why did I what?
When did you realize you loved photography and why?
Well, that's kind of funny because from the time I was about 8 years old, I always had a camera in my hand.
Mm-hmm.
Always. I've got so many old pictures from when I was taking my first camera. Was a Brownie Bullet, a little box camera.
Mm.
And I got pictures from there, and I moved up progression, and it was a kind of like a hobby. It turned into a nice hobby. And I would take pictures, and then I would just give them away, because I never thought of sales or anything like that. And some lady came up to me one day and said, "Hey, you're pretty good. You shouldn't be giving those pictures away. You could actually start a business and sell them." I said, "Nah, I don't really want to be in business because it's just a nice hobby that I like." And I thought about it, and next thing I know, I'm in business. Doing weddings and whatever else that came down the pike.
Wow.
I've always loved photography, and I don't know why I didn't go to school for photography. But I did end up taking a photography course from the New York School of Photography up in New York. They take a course up there. It was, and I got a big certificate for. The funny thing is, I had been doing photography all these years, and I decided I needed to know a little bit more. So I go to this school, and first day, the guy's talking about something. I had no clue what he was talking. I realized I didn't know anything. I knew nothing. What I knew wasn't enough to really get me over. But I learned a lot there, on how to what I needed to really do. But that was a shock to me because I thought I'm gonna go up here and just refresh it, find some tips. I had to go and take this course for real and study. I'm like, oh man. And then they give you every week, they give you a something to shoot. And you got to go out and shoot it. And then you come back and you give it to the professor, and he critiques it. Man, he was shooting people alive. I don't know why you did that. I went to a lake one time and took some pictures of these people at the lake fishing and stuff. They turned out pretty good. Man, that guy looked at them pictures and said, "I don't know what you thought you was doing, but this guy is standing at the dam, and you don't have his body, but you got his head. His head is sitting right on the dam. What kind of picture is that?" I'm like, "Oh God!" And he does it in front of the class, of course. So he embarrasses. Oh boy. Well, anyway, I got through it. I figured it out what he really wanted. What a time! I don't want to take no more courses after that.
Oh, I understand.
That's enough for me. I don't need that. But in the meantime, I've done seminars and stuff. Anyway, but I've always loved photography. Always, all my life. It was just something that I connected with, but never connected it as a career.
Yeah,
Just didn't.
that's exciting.
Yeah.
Makita, what is your first memory of Jamal? Your first vivid memory of Jamal?
Oh God.
Know this one.
Oh, so many. He was a daredevil, probably still is. We just don't really know what he's doing in his spare time. But he was just always jumping and falling. We're like, where'd that come from? Where'd this come from? Where'd this come from? Like, what are you doing? It's like he didn't feel any pain. So just always like just a blur or just in the air. Like he was never still. If he was still, he was asleep. That's like
I still operate like that.
Always outside, playing in ditches in the dirt.
Yes.
Like just outside.
What's wrong with that?
Hey, I left the house and went somewhere since I was 2 years old.
Yeah.
So
not in the house.
So Jamal, when you look at Chloe, are there things she does or says that reminds you of some of your family members?
There's a few. So Chloe, she's 5 years old. She's in kindergarten now. She's a big girl. She has this thing about independence. She's a little leader. So she's a COVID baby. I feel like those kids have like superpowers. Uh, she will do things and she does not want any help. So she'll say, I got it, I got it, I got it. And she'll repeat it. That's definitely a journeyism.
What?
I'm gonna call out my own sister here. Journey is very independent,
Oh
and
my
I
God.
love her. But even as recent as last weekend, I think Journey was gonna move something downstairs, and her instinct was to just like pick it up and start moving it. And I'm like, but I can do that. I know I have issues with my back, but I got it. The first time she got away with it because I didn't realize what she was doing. So she like moved something. But then she was like, she had this big box and she's gonna take it down the stairs. And I'm like, sis, why? I can just do it. And once she recognized that I was gonna help, then she was okay. But her instinct is not to ask for help at all. Um, Another example is Chloe is very affectionate. So I've been trying to teach her right now, you do certain things, if you listen, if you are consistent, there are rewards for that. So for example, she cleaned her room and I didn't have to push too much. And she organized everything, even her toys. So my old coffee table that was in the living room is now in her room. And that's her reward. Um, I try to reinforce that because you should do the right thing. You should listen. You should be consistent. Um, and after I gave her like the table and, she's getting used to having it in her room, she comes up and gives a big hug. And ironically, that comes from me.
Oh.
Because I'm a hugger. And I think I've done that since probably Makisha was recalling those stories. While I had a lot of energy and was very hyper, especially as I got older, I am a hugger. And I try to do it with, I try to be genuine about it. And I try to be empathetic that I may not know exactly what someone else is going through, but maybe that hug might get them through the day or help heal something. So I take hugs seriously. And I know I probably didn't give enough hugs when I went to the reunion. I tried to, but there's a lot of people. But I noticed that in my child pretty early. Like she's affectionate and she's aware of other people. The last thing I will say, and I'm going to call out Makisha here, is my daughter has awareness about what's happening around her. So she's quick to pick up where the geographic location is. If we're driving, she will reference what I said the day before and say, oh, that's where you said yesterday. Have no idea how she remembers any of this. She can also sense other people's like moods shifting. If you're tired, if you are more quiet, she will pick up on that. And Makisha is very good at dissecting everything around her without saying anything. She will be aware about everything in the room. She will have eyes in the back of her head. And Chloe has picked that up as well. So she's turning out to be an amazing little girl. Um, she's borrowed a few traits from her aunties. I'm excited to see what she's going to do next. I actually have to prepare to pick her up tomorrow. So apologies for joining late and likely having to leave a little early, but I got to make sure everything's in order before she gets here and that she has her breakfast and everything. So long-winded answer, but did that answer the question, Jerry?
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
I was wondering how surreal it is to see your daughter playing with your sister and seeing some characteristics. It's gotta be funny.
Yeah, it is a little strange to see that stuff show up so early.
That's a genetic trait.
So, Daddy, what is the first clear characteristic you noticed about Makisha as she grew?
Well, she always had a sweetness about her.
Oh,
First of all, when she was born, I was expecting to see a son,
yes, of course.
and thought me this baby girl, and I thought they had switched babies on me. I had the cigars. I mean, I was ready over there at the hospital. You know what I'm saying? But and not only that, but the baby hadn't been cleaned up. She had this thing on her head, you know. But I got used to it. But she was always a loving person.
Oh,
I would treat her like she was a model. I took so many pictures of her
really?
by the pools. I was in the apartments at the time, and I would take her everywhere. I don't know. She was like my traveling partner, my hangout partner, everything.
Oh, dog.
But you know, for some reason, she was just you know, I don't know. It was my quiet side probably, but she was just somewhat reserved. She didn't show a lot of interest in sports and all, but I knew that she had it in her. So later on in life, that came about. Did I go off?
No, I just have one more question for you. So as you were watching Jamal grow up, what made him different than your other sons?
He was always bold.
Mm.
You couldn't challenge him to do anything. That reminds me of my side. It's like growing up. If someone called you a chicken, you had to prove them wrong. And with Jamal, he just jumped to the excitement of doing something, especially athletic.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like it was in him, and instinctively. I mean, he was a leader, even at a very young age. I mean, you could see signs of all of that.
Mm.
At first, I
The
thought
dare-
that he was just an average kid, but he started proving me wrong. That's why he ended up in college.
and class president, all that.
Association,
Yep.
break dancing.
Yep. Killing
Yeah,
it.
and not only that, even in college, besides playing football, the cheerleaders want to adopt him to be a cheerleader. Can you imagine my son being a cheerleader, Greg?
Lifting up pretty girls.
No,
Well, I'm sorry, I was
it's-
actually I was texting my daughter.
see,
What'd you
because the
say,
thing
Papa?
about because see, in college he was able to do backflips even with all of his gear on, football gear on. Not only that, he could lift girls up over the, well over his head, and all of it, catch them when they flying through the air and all this stuff. Boy had yeah, he had no fear, and I've seen a picture of him in the last a few months of him standing out on a sculptured hand overlooking mountains with no railings. And I looked at it and my knees started to buckle on me.
It's called the Hand of God. That's in the jungle of Peru. It borders Brazil, so it's very close to the Amazon.
They can stay down there too.
I do remember there's this one instance in college because I played college football. My first year I didn't play. I didn't start, which is the first time in my career since I was 6. And I recall having people on the team kind of question my abilities because they prejudged me. They didn't know who I was. They didn't know my background or anything. They just knew I was from Virginia. And going through that experience, the first year not really playing, I stayed on campus that summer. I gained about 20 pounds of muscle. became a 3-year starter after that. And all those same teammates that had something to say, I made sure to hit them in the mouth and practice. Just to prove a point that they were wrong about me. So that's very much aligned with what my dad said. And
You
then
got your point.
I'm not trying to fight anybody on the field or anything. And football,
You got your point across, right?
that's right. I got my point across. Don't say anything else. And then the last thing I will say is like to what Journey said earlier about the reunion. Really enjoyed it. I hadn't been to that part of New Jersey before. My girlfriend actually traveled with me from Peru. She had nothing but good things to say. She said everyone was so nice, enjoyed the church service the day after, the organization and all the time that it takes to do something like that, very much appreciated. So just like whether it's someone in the family or outside the family, that reunion definitely made an impact. And I wanted to say thanks again for being a great host.
And I want to add something to that. When we have things going on, it's always considered to be cousins, but we've got, all of us have friends out there that want to join us on occasion. So for them to be invited even to a cookout and all, even if their names is, on the list of Coles, Lemon Meekins and all this, they would love to join and participate, because a lot of people, they don't have things going on like this. They don't have gatherings. They don't have cookouts. They don't have anything.
You right.
Union.
That's true.
And then just like Greg said while we were up there, I mean, he put the word out, and it was right in the backyard.
Sure did.
Even down here, it's in our backyard as well. And I'm looking at Facebook, I'm seeing Meekins talented across the country. I mean, I see Brandy, I see William Meekins and all of his softball kids and grandkids.
Yeah.
We got them in sports. And Meekins down here, we are known for football, track and field, and sports, period. I mean, even now. One of my great nephews was on the state championship team soccer player. But like my son Jamal here, along with some other members in the family, and I think we have a cousin up there in with the Winnipeg group. They're all defensive backs for football, always. And
Jamal.
Cornerbacks and
That's his name too, Jamal.
Yeah,
Jamal Parker.
Yeah, he played quarter. Yeah, he's playing.
Yeah.
And
he's really good too. That's the thing.
Yeah,
I would like to meet.
Yeah. So down the line, because when I found out we had a cousin that got the scholarship to go to Virginia State, I called my other cousin on my mother's side, who is a big alumni for sports down there, football and everything, and he got a hold of the AD and stuff, and they, gave him a big welcome, like talking about. I say from Burlington Township in New Jersey.
Yeah.
Driving. So I gave him all of the information and stuff. So hey, I can't wait to go to Virginia State and meet him. I'm sure that he'd be on the bench in first year. He's one of them superstars like Ron Curry and the rest of them were down here, but man, it's just exciting times for all of us. And it's not just in sports. I mean, there's so many different areas. And then to see the Meekins families together, like Dad is there with his little baby girl and all of this. There's so many different names. We got cheerleaders. We got Elizas. We got, I mean, look, I've been snapping pictures of some of them. Just having my, in my little library that I've got around here. But I think when we have something like the cookouts and all like that, if we got some friends, that want to come and, cover themselves with whatever fee or whatever it may be, hey, more power to it. We're going to have a great time. Very, very festive. We don't have to just go to New Orleans to do it. We can do it right here in Virginia or wherever we may go. Especially banquets too. Shoot, that banquet was off the hook. What you talking about? and got my niece with Lisa teaching them the line dance and stuff. Hey, what you talking?
We have
Oh, man.
an addition on the line, a 510 phone number. Who's that?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, hi. This is Mallory out in San Diego. Hi,
Oh,
family.
Oh,
Hey, family,
hi.
welcome.
Hi. Thank you. Thank you.
Glad you were able to make it, Mallory.
Yes, I'm glad I was able to. So, cousin, let me see, pronounce her name correctly. She sent me the link as a reminder. Yeah, I just got back into town. Wanted to share that my daughter Tyler Moon got married on the 5th in San Miguel. So I'll be sending a picture
Oh,
of her.
congratulations.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Thank you.
You said
Yeah, I can't wait to see the
Tyler-
pictures, Mallory.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm so happy. I'm so full. You know, it's my only daughter, and
oh,
you know, that's all you ever want is for your children to marry nice people, and I definitely feel that way.
Great.
that's all.
Yeah.
Yes.
Said San Miguel. Where's San Miguel?
It's Mexico.
Ah, okay. I thought it was out of the country. I just
Well,
wanted to.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I needed my passport. Yeah.
That's beautiful. So as your family genealogist, I would love information concerning that. So if you want to drop something in the chat, or you can private message me. I'm also on Facebook as well. And that would be great.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I will do the best I can.
Okay.
And maybe we can have a conversation offline, because I wanted to get more information about my grandmother, Bernice Meekin, her side of the family, because her lineage includes the 10th president of the United States, John Tyler.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if you knew that, but yeah, I had some pictures of my grandmother's father and her siblings and her mom out in front of a store on property he owned in Virginia.
Okay.
So regretful that I lost that photo. But yeah, I've been curious about that side of the family, and I did see online or something that the last living grandson just died this year.
And you said
but
the mother's name was Bernice Meekins. Is that what you said?
my grandmother, Bernice Tyler Meekins. That's her name.
Okay.
Yeah. And
okay.
Add something to you, not meaning to interrupt, but here in Virginia, Route 5, which is going to Charles City, Virginia,
Tyler Highway.
called John Tyler Highway.
Yep.
I believe.
What? Really?
Tyler.
And plantations over there, the Berkeley plantation and
Ooh.
places over there from slavery times. I mean, and somewhere, what's his name? Willie Lynch was closer to those areas over there when he made that speech of how to keep the black man in check.
Yeah.
Forever.
Colorism.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
But yes, there's a lot of Tylers up there. Yeah, I'll start looking into your genealogy. I wrote down your phone number from your image here, so I'll send you a text info.
Thank you. Yes, I just, with the family growing like it has here recently, I would love to share more information with my daughter's new side of the family, and that'd be great. Thank you in advance. I appreciate that.
Yeah, they get use some of these ancestry dollars somewhere. How about that?
That'd be
Valerie,
great.
Valerie,
Yes.
yeah, this is
Mm-hmm.
you hear me okay? I'm in the car
Yeah.
driving.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is
I can hear you.
yeah, this is Jimmy West.
Hi, cousin Jimmy West. How are you?
I'm fine. I was looking at some pictures yesterday of the 1999 family reunion of you and a lady. I think it was you. I think her name was Arzonia Meekins.
That's my
Mhm.
mom.
That's what I thought.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
how about that?
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Genealogy is
Can you
that,
send me
Jimmy?
that? Can you
That
take
whole
a
in the
picture
car.
with your phone and send me that picture? That'd be great.
Do it within 24 hours.
Oh,
Incredible.
take your time. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah,
Awesome.
yeah.
Wow.
I got those pictures from our cousin Linda Winter
Uh-huh.
sent it to me early in the week, and I was just telling the folks earlier that Linda has sent me a bunch of pictures, and two of the pictures she sent me was you and your mom.
Oh man.
Oh,
Yeah.
love to see that. Yeah, she was trugging along. She
Yeah.
was kind of dragging her feet, but that was, I believe, the last time she saw her brother
You talking about Ted?
alive.
Ted?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
For
yes.
those you know, Ted. A lot of us knew Ted Herman Meekins. That's
Mm-hmm.
Mallory's uncle.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, thank you.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'd appreciate that.
So
Yeah,
glad,
be
glad you
great.
were able to join us.
Yeah, yeah. I I moved to San Diego in February. I'm still acclimating a little bit, and then the wedding was just earlier this month. And I'm always telling my cousin, I need to participate. I need to participate. Before this wonderful time we spend together goes away somehow. But I so appreciate it. I want you to know. And now that I'm retired, I have nothing but time on my hands. I am going to make a family reunion or something. I'm claiming it now, and I can't wait to place a face with the voices and meet all of y'all again. That'd be great.
Mhm.
Right, right. Looking forward to it.
Yes, yes.
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay. You,
I have to let you know that I think about Mallory a lot, often.
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, because I remember Mallory and her brother Teddy when we used to go with grandma over to her brother's house, uh, Uncle Theodore.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, he's my great Uncle Theodore, Uncle Teddy,
Yep.
and it 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 was so crushing that they had to move out to California because I enjoyed so much when we would go to uh, great Uncle Teddy's house and Mallory and her brother would be there because I enjoyed playing with them and interfacing. And it was,
Mhm.
it's one of those great feelings. It just felt good. And
Yeah.
when they moved, because your father job was out there, I said, gee, I'll never forget thinking, I said, gee, my father wouldn't, he have no problem with driving down to Florida or the East Coast, but I can't see him driving all the way to California, which meant I'm not gonna see Mallory. And it was just one of those things that no matter what, because I enjoyed her so much, she always stayed on my mind. And when you
Oh,
came to visit Mallory in 71, and you had come over to the house where my parents lived, do you know the very next year, I got rid of every stitch of clothing in that closet. And I said, gee, had I known I was going to get rid of every stitch of clothing, I would have given you whatever you wanted. I had just bought the clothes, and I'm one of those people, I will plan how I spend the money and won't spend anything after that. Clothing is not something, I didn't like shopping, and I wouldn't do all that clothing shopping like a lot of people like clothing shopping. Don't like it. So when I purchased the clothes, I was going to use that for God knows how many years to come. And my life took a change. And so I knew I would never wear those clothes again. And I said, Dawn, what a difference a year would make. Had I known, I would have told you take everything in the closet. Yeah, I'm not kidding you. And
You have to. I love your memory. Yes, great.
I have, you know who has one of the greatest memories, who has a memory for history? Michelle. Uncle Charles's daughter, Michelle Woodson. I wish I had as strong a memory as she has. I do have a memory for things. One thing before I close my mouth, Edward, what you mentioned about your daughter, that's a genetic Meekins trait.
Wow.
Yes. And many of the Meekins that I've met in my years of traveling and interfacing, that's a genetic trait. That sense of perception and that brilliance and the ability to learn. And they're learning and they're taking in information, and they take it in at a young age and they don't forget it.
No.
And they can expand, and they're like scientists. My mom used to say, add 1 and 1 and come up with 2, and she wasn't playing. She didn't mean 1 1/2 or 1 3/4. Your daughter has that ability to calculate, and her ability to perceive and understand and to go beyond, that's a genetic trait that I noticed in the Meekins that I've, met throughout all my years.
Well,
Yes.
It's also interesting hearing it come from someone else, because we haven't interacted as much, but it hits different to hear you say it. So I appreciate that.
Well, I wanted to let you know what you're in for, because it is a genetic trait. It's in the family, and I've met quite a few people through the years. I've been blessed to have met a lot of family members. That's what I love most about growing up up here and interfacing with my grandmother, Georgia Meekins, and all the cousins and her children, and even on my father's side, because they had a sense of always coming together every weekend. So I was always on every Saturday was the Meekins and Woodsons coming together, interfacing all day long. And on the Sundays was my father's side of the family interfacing. And one of the best childhoods ever. But you got, my memory of how the perception and the memory and the ability to perceive things, that's definitely in the family. Very much. And it goes back historically.
Yeah, now that you mention it, I actually share a trait with my dad. I have photographic memory. So
Mhm.
as long as I can picture something in my head, I can retain it. So I was at my daughter had a birthday party, one of her friends, and I'm talking to some of the parents, and this guy and his family show up. I actually met them on the playground like 2 years ago. I remember his daughter's face. I remember his face. I remember his name was Gustavo. He's actually from Rio. I had all these different things indexed in my mind, and he doesn't remember me at all. And he's like,
Mm.
how do you remember that? And it's the way that you mentioned, it's the way that you take in information. And
Yes.
yeah, that's definitely a interesting.
Mhm.
Sometimes you can't take advantage of the gifts that you have.
Hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Wow, very interesting conversations.
I was just going to ask, where's Jimmy? Is he listening to
He's
this or what?
somewhere.
I'm taking it all in. I'm about to drop off one of the teenagers here at her house here in a second, and in about 5 minutes I'll be home. But yeah, like I said, taking these young ladies to church for prayer tonight for 2 hours. That's very important.
Yes.
Yep, yep, absolutely. So this is very, very interesting questions. We got to learn a lot about your family, and that's interesting. That's a testimony right there.
Yeah.
Uh, and sooner or later, I guess Bubba's going to do that video.
Yes, 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 sir.
And I've been on you for 2 years. I need to do the same thing.
Yeah, that's true. And yours
So
is longer than mine.
yeah, so we can stay on each other and say, look, when are you going to get it done? When are you going to get it done?
Mhm.
This is a good year, 2025.
Exactly.
Good year to remember
Yeah,
before it goes out. So the
that's
fall.
right.
So I'll take care of my other issues and get this done.
That's right. Good night. Hope you
All right.
enjoyed yourself. I wasn't talking to you guys. I was talking to the young teenagers getting out the car. They didn't get all prayed up for 2 hours. She got on church shirt. What did she say? Jesus. What did it say? Jesus is coming. Wow.
That's
Boy,
what about.
she must have got a whole lot of prayers in tonight. Oh my goodness. Jesus is coming. 14 years old, 15 years old.
Beautiful.
And my granddaughter's in here now behind me. I don't see her with one of them Jesus shirts on. His face, Jesus' face is on your shirt? Oh, I apologize then. Oh, I apologize. Grandpa apologizes. Lord help me, help me. Does anybody else have anything else you want to talk about?
No.
Again, I apologize for not being here the whole time, but I'd already scheduled this, for my granddaughter. When I found out that the trail needed some help, so I just try to do the best I can. And it's important that we have these sessions because we learn so much about one another. And the fact that Mallory on the West Coast has dialed in, that's and Bubba kind of touched on it earlier. Most people don't have nothing like this, and I keep saying we're so fortunate.
Yes, we're grateful. Grateful. I just want to say that too. This is cousin Mel. I'm grateful that you created this platform for us to get together all the time and stay in touch and stay in touch. Now that I'm retired, I think a lot. I have a lot of time on my hands, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful for my whole life, and I want to know more about my family. Not that the ball was dropped, but things changed when my mom followed my dad out here to California. I tried to visit during summers, his family as well as hers. But once the matriarchs of the family pass, you know,
Yes.
that bond kind of weakens. But I want you all to know I'm so
That's
and I'm claiming to visit. So you have to pull out that pallet or the airbag because I'm coming somehow, some way. I'll let you know. But I literally want to see more of my family out that way. Yes.
we have family
Yeah.
coast to coast and literally in many parts of the world.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Great. Great.
And-
Great.
I can attest to that, Jimmy. I remember when I was about 8 or 9 years old, one summer, I got to speak with on the phone with family members in 3 different African countries
Mm.
and a relative in France and a relative in Germany. And that was the weekend, just speaking with family members. And I remember thinking when I went to school that Monday, walked to school, when I got into the schoolyard, I thought about that weekend. And I said, you know, I rationalized if the people of those countries were not there, did not exist, my relatives and their offsprings would not be there, and I would not have had such a fantastic weekend talking on the phone to these relatives from these different countries. And I said, you know, and I at that point, I made it a point to love the people of the world because because they exist, my family exists. And I had
That's right.
best weekend ever. And it felt so good that I remember just twirling around in the courtyard when I should be rushing into the building because it was getting late and time was passing, and I never going to. I don't operate on CP time. I have to be in class on time.
That's right.
But I was so happy to have had the experience of talking to relatives from countries from around the world and their progeny that were born of the people of those countries. It was fabulous. It's an experience that everybody don't get that opportunity. But our family, our greater family, extended family, are from all over the globe. We have a unique family that's from all over the globe. And you can't get more blessed than that.
Right. That's right.
Yeah, it's fantastic. That's a blessing and a half.
Yes.
Yep. Yes.
I've had the opportunity of meeting many.
Yep.
And it's made a great fulfillment in my life.
Well, I made it back home. I'm pulling up in my driveway, pulling into the garage. I didn't miss a thing.
All right.
I didn't miss one thing.
Glad you got
back in the garage, safe and sound.
Yes. Fantastic.
Yep.
That's the one thing I wanted to drive down to the family reunion. Nobody wanted to come with me, and the car that I drive right now, I don't feel comfortable on the highway with it.
Well, I don't.
All my cars I ever driven, I was comfortable with the 180-degree visual.
Uh-huh.
This particular car that I have right now, I'm not as comfortable when I'm on the highway
Mm-hmm.
or when you have to change lanes and it may be busy. And since I didn't have anybody who was willing to drive down with me, I said, well, you better just stay home, stay safe, another day, another time. But I wanted to come just to say hi to everybody and meet everybody face to face. And it's been a long time since I've been to one of the family reunions. The last one I went to was when Aunt Emma and Aunt Mary was still alive. And that's a long time ago. But, you know, things happen for a reason. The Creator does things and the Creator makes no mistakes. So when it's meant for me to be there, I'll be there. When things don't always go the way we want, I remember a portion that I've read in my religious book. It says, not a leaf doth fall, but by the permission of God the Creator. So when we allow for things to happen or things take place, it is by the permission of our Creator who created us. So I wasn't supposed to be there that day, but it produced a muscle that will help me so that I will be able to advance and be able to go at another time. But it makes me make sure that I'm on this here. And Jimmy, I don't know if you had gotten my text that I text you, you know, because I just want to let you know how much I appreciate
Yes, I did.
the job that you do.
Yes, I
Your
did.
job, to keep us connected is an extremely important
Yes.
job. And I know
Yes.
it's a big job and it takes a lot of your time, but I greatly appreciate you.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I got your message. It meant and means a lot. Occasionally, I've received some really nice messages, um, text messages, email messages, and letters from family members expressing their gratitude for what they address it to me, but I look as though it's we as an organization. I don't ever talk about me. I don't use the word I because you can't do it by yourself. You can't. So thank you for those kind words. I really do appreciate it. Absolutely. Well, anyway, folks, it's 10:02, and it was my will. I was going to make this happen tonight. Come as they say, the hell or high water, and so we made it through, and I have traveled since I was in my daughter's basement. I probably traveled 20 some miles since then. And I'm back in the basement now, safe and sound, as you can see in the background here. Show our certificates on the wall back there. But yeah, safe and sound. This has been a very interesting night. I love the contributions from everybody. And so if no one has anything else, we're going to get ready to sign off. And hope you have a great month. And we look forward to seeing you guys next month. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Thank you again. Good night.
Good
All
night,
right,
everyone.
everybody be safe.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Good night.